Okay guys, I thought I'd put a short video up here to explain a little bit more about diagrammatic reasoning tests. These tests are very similar to logical reasoning tests, very similar to abstract reasoning, and they just tend to blow people's minds. They're a bit more abstract than verbal and numerical reasoning. People tend to be more comfortable sort of manipulating numbers and letters. When it comes to shapes and sort of abstract patterns, some people find it really difficult to even know what it is they're meant to be looking for in these tests. So I thought I'd put a short video up here to explain. Now what you're looking at here is just an example diagrammatic reasoning question. And what you have here is two rows. So we've got one row here at the top row, and what you have here is a sequence and then a question mark. And the question here is which of the options on the lower row should sit in here where the question mark is to complete this sequence from left to right. Now, not all diagrammatic reasoning questions flow from left to right. That's a common mistake that some people assume that they do, but this particular one does. So what are the elements that are in play here? Well, first of all, I just recommend that you pause this video and have a look at it yourself and just try and figure it out first, and then resume the video and I'll talk you through it. So if you want to pause the video, go ahead and do that now. Okay, I'm going to assume that you're ready to continue now. So there's four different things that are in play here, four different variables. So first of all, if we look at that top row, what we have is we have an inner shape, which is a circle, and we can see here that it's going from it's increasing in size as we go from left to right. So to begin with, the circle is quite small, and we can see that it grows larger as we move along. So there's an inner shape, and in this example it's increasing in size. So that's one variable here, is the inner shape. But also that inner shape also has changes of colour. So what we have is a white colour to begin with, then a kind of purple colour, then a blue, and then obviously we have a gap because that's the one we need to figure out. Then we have purple, and then we have blue again. So the second variable that's in play here is the colour of the inner shape. Okay, the next variable here is the background image, so the outer shape. Now this is very common that you see outer and inner shapes, and the outer shape we can see is a square, and then a square, and then an octagon, and then we have our question that we're trying to figure out there. Then we have another square, and then an octagon. So there's a sequence there. You can see square, square, octagon, blank, square, octagon. Okay, so the shape of the outer shape is the third variable, and the fourth variable here is the colour of the outer shape. Okay, I hope I'm not losing you here with these details. This is written out further down the page as well. But what we have is purple, blue, and then white with the black edges, and then a gap there, and then blue, and then the octagon again, that's black at the edge with a white fill in the middle. So what we have there is, that's our fourth variable, the outer shape and the colour of the outer shape. So what we need to do is look at these options on the bottom row and say which of these 6 options sits in here. Okay, so let's run through it now really quickly. Right, we need it to be a circle that is bigger than this but smaller than this. So that's our first requirement, is that the circle needs to be bigger than this but smaller than that. So the inner shape, the inner circle, needs to be between these 2 points. Next, the colour of that circle needs to be white, purple, blue, white, purple, blue. So we need a white circle that's bigger than this and smaller than that. So if we look down at the bottom here, we can see we've only got 2 white circles. So straight away, we know that the answer is going to be the E or F. Next up, we need to look at the outer shape. So we have purple, blue, and then white in colour. Or sorry, we want to look at the shape of the outer shape. So it's a square, square, octagon. square, square, octagon. So we know it's a square that we're looking for because that will complete that sequence. So if we look down at the bottom, both of our two options here that we know could be the answer, they're both squares. Okay. So lastly, the fourth variable is the colour of those squares. And the colour sequence goes purple, blue, white, blank, blue, white, with the black edges there. So we know that we're looking for a purple square. So of these two options, only one of them has the purple square, only one of them has the circle of the right size and the right colour. So the answer here is F. I hope that that's useful for you. I hope that I haven't lost you as I've sort of rattled through that. But I just wanted to give you an idea of the kind of things that are in play and what potential variables are there, you know, and what the things are that you need to manipulate in your mind. There's tons more examples and guides that will help you with aptitude tests over at the site assessmentcenterhq.com. So, and also in the if you're watching this video on YouTube, there's a link to my diagrammatic reasoning guide in the video description, which will take you to a full guide, which is a sort of companion to this video. So if you want more help with that type of thing, head over to the site, and I hope that you found this video useful.